bunch of those.
This is the beginning of our tour. Here's the F-Cell that we'll be driving.
I stepped on it. Hey, look. Man, look at the leaves. My friend was laughing.
It's so quiet.
It is so quiet.
Okay, Michael. You've driven it before, though.
I have.
Okay.
You have to jump before you drive it.
Yeah, 'cause I was just telling
What do you
Natalie-
think, Natalie?
Changing the world!
Just saying, asking her if she wanted to.
What do you think?
Hi, I'm Natalie. We're heading out from Santa Cruz, California down into San Diego for the start of our 10-day tour.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Nick.
Oops.
And I'm Michael.
Oh, there's Michael.
The fuel cell car made a stop in Balboa Park today. Students from the nonprofit group called Kids for Hydrogen drove the F-Cell Mercedes to the Reuben H. Fleet Museum. Part of a 10-day tour through Cali to educate the public about cleaner alternative energy.
Right now, CO2 is a big problem in our atmosphere and for global warming. So this car and fuel cell technology has zero emissions. So if we can get to that point where we have zero emissions out of the cars and all the things we use, all the luxurious things we use, then that will drastically decrease the CO2 in the atmosphere.
Yep, she's right. The fuel cell car can run about 150 miles at a time, but hydrogen fuel stations these days, as you probably imagine, are scarce. The goal of these students is to get more stations built and to get California drivers to switch to fuel cell or converted gas guzzling cars by 2017.
We have a lot more to talk about here on the news at
Can you?
Good luck with everything, guys, because this is the next step.
Arriving in Sacramento! Yay!
Pushing hard enough, right? Well, I use pedal power. It's the best power to use. Can't beat that.
Pedal power. That is true zero emissions. Hi.
We have solar and wind hookups too. They're available. We have a solar and wind hookup too. If we had either of those things. Well, a few months back, there was another pushing hard enough, right? Well, I use pedal power. It's the best power to use. Can't beat that.
Pedal power. That is true zero emissions. Hi. Yes, this is kind of a mini example. This is like considered like the fuel station. Yeah. Yeah. And the solar panels in here, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can actually see when it's plugged in, we're getting electricity from this other guy. You can actually see the oxygen bubbles coming up and then the gas.
We were in Santa Monica 2 days ago and we were getting plenty from that.
Yeah.
Sure. And you're actually able to then transfer the hydrogen ions out of this into this?
Yep, this is basically like the fueling
And you
station.
can see this little gas bag
Goes
right
into
in here.
Fills
So
up?
Yep, like that.
It fills up with
Hydrogen
gaseous
Hydrogen gas.
And then does that go into a fuel cell, or is this just using it straight out of
No,
the...
there's a little, very small fuel cell in that, so it's not compressed or anything. Like I said, it's a children's toy, so we get about probably 30 seconds of playtime.
Yeah. No, it's
That's
just
remote
the pressure of the bag itself.
Yes.
Not really computer.
Yeah. So it's basically just a miniature, cheaper version. And then this is like a battery pack. So this is also a miniature fuel cell, and these are actually filled with hydrogen gas. In here, it looks like a battery, but it's actually a capsule.
That's
hydrogen.
more realistic for power. So that thing you're holding when it's filled is equivalent to about 8 to 12 AA.
And then
take it camping or.
you need something else to get power off of
Well,
this.
this is the mini
that's
fuel
the
cell.
converter
So you
thing.
put it in
Yeah,
here
yeah,
and you
yeah.
twist it in, and then you can
With a
see
built-in
this
flashlight.
This flashlight just turns
Or
on.
we have another one. So there's a USB hookup right
And
there.
this can
and
charge
you can
your
hook it up to
phone.
any electronic device.
Yeah. So when you're like in the middle of the woods, you can use clean air too.
And how are you supposed to fill up the hydro sticks?
So this was given to us.
Right.
But
we were
there's a part
supposed
that's
to,
missing.
We there's another thing that one of these that it screws into, and the salesman was out of the country, so unfortunately we didn't have.
Yeah. So we just got all the. So there's a part where you can refuel it.
It's called the
Basically
hydrofill.
a much,
Hydrofill,
much
yeah.
nicer, more serious version of that.
Where's this go?
That's part of that hookup, I think.
It's nice.
And these you can get at any like REI or outdoor stores. They're already for sale.
Whatever you want.
I know, right? Oh yeah. I don't have that luxury anymore.
That's what Fusion or something like that? You charge it. There's no tailpipe on it. Hydrogen is just like this. It's not like solar. It's not like hydrogen. It carries electricity. Exactly. We're just talking about a carrier. We're not talking about hydrogen. It's an alternative.
What do you think?
Are
you excited?
I'm on my own. You really?
If that source you want to like solar or wind or hydrogen. So, yeah, so it's like gasoline, right? When you burn gasoline, you're going to have a carrier. So this allows you to
I am so happy that you are here. I am thrilled to see that this technology is available. I didn't know that. Unfortunately, the oil companies are not telling us that this is available. They're telling us it's not available. But it's fabulous that you're out here letting people know that it is. And for the sake of the planet, for the sake of our species, I hope that your word gets out. I thank you very much.
And now we ready. Basically, it'll show, because I swipe my card, put in my PIN, and you'll follow the display on what it gives you. And right now it's authorizing my PIN number.
The old road. And the new road.
Are you on Sunday? Well, I have a dispenser that denied my PIN number too. So, no. What's the plan?
Environmental studies and anthropology. So, I don't know, it just seemed like a fun experiment or outreach that would give me a lot of training, so I decided to jump on.
Did you hear about hydrogen in your college prep?
Not as much as you might think. I knew it because of Susan, because she was my college advisor in high school. But
So, you knew about it before you went to college?
yeah.
And then, did you hear anybody talk about it in college? I mean, were you involved in any discussions about hydrogen in college?
Not much. Not terribly much. I was not really in the science like environmental science. I was environmental studies, so we were more talking about like policy and which it should have come up.
No.
It definitely was mentioned, but not talked about as much as I would have liked.
The reason I ask is my daughter is in college right now, and she had a professor that they had a discussion about hydrogen, and the professor was just poo-pooing it. That's like, hydrogen will never happen, you know, throw out all of the whatever Stephen choose 4 impossibilities that are actually quite real. So, yeah, there's still a lot of prejudice against hydrogen, and there's quite frankly propaganda against hydrogen from people that are, you know, selling competing technologies such as oil and gas and natural gas, and even electricity. The electrical battery guys will be bashing the hydrogen guys, and, you know, so which is really unfortunate because electric drive and fuel cell electric drive are really the same. It's all the same. It's all the same.
It's just what type of fuel you're using, basically, versus, you know, hydrogen to make the electricity and
right.
just the extension cord to charge the car.
Yeah, if you added a little bit more battery to your car, to that car, and then had like a plug-in variant, so you could plug it in and maybe get, say, 1 kilogram's worth of energy in battery, you would need 15 kilowatt hour battery, right? Which is what's in the Volt. And the Volt battery is about this big, and it weighs about 200 kilograms. So if you wanted to have, well, how many kilograms do you have in your car?
We carry just under 4.
Okay, just under 4. So you would have to have something in the order of 1,600 pounds, almost a ton of batteries to have the same amount of range. Can you imagine adding a ton of weight to that car?
I didn't know that.
When not carrying it.
It's not gonna. It's, you know. It's, yeah. So.
See it? No, that's how Tim told me. He goes, Ray, you want to figure out if it's working or not? Just take your camera, look at it. If you see lights flickering, yeah, it's communicating. Helmet, nice and cold. There was a pre-cooled fuel. Go ahead and touch the.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Wow.
Put that on my neck. Hot.
Okay, well, let's see what we got. Get my water out of here, and we'll send you folks on your way.
Oh, it completely covers the bottom.
So this would run like a lawnmower or something?
So this, back in the day, was to test it. It was powered to run an ice cream maker.
Ah, cool.
So we had...
Chevys. They were hard.
Yeah, they were nice.
Yeah.
Fisherman's Wharf.
In Germany.
No, we won't. You're from where?
Munich, Germany.
Have you seen a fuel cell car before?
Yeah, we have quite a lot of. What do you mean F? You mean the Mercedes or what do you mean?
Yes, it's a Mercedes F cell.
Yeah. This we
It's a
have
fuel
here.
cell.
Of course, first of all they come up in Germany, the German cars, and then they send them all over the world.
That's
I
right.
think so.
You're very proud of that.
Hi.
Okay, thank you.
So you make promotion for it?
Yes, and we're Kids for Hydrogen.
Oh, okay.
The F cell.
Actually, there's zero emissions that come out. The only thing that comes out of the exhaust pipe is water.
New at 5, a little four-seater car pulled into town today. Young promoters say this car not only is stingy on fuel, it's super clean for the environment. Kids for Hydrogen is a project to drum up consumer interest in hydrogen fuel cell cars. They hope to convince California drivers that they are the cleanest, greenest cars on the road.
When you do maintenance, you can tell, you can ask the mechanics that their hands are clean when they walk away from work instead of filled with oil.
The F-Cell car can go about 150 to 200 miles before refueling. Right now, Castle says that there are 18 hydrogen fueling stations in the state, most of them in Southern California.
We just refueled this car up in Emeryville, and you basically put in the hydrogen gas like a normal gas tank, and it goes through an F-cell, and that creates electricity, and then that electricity charges the battery of the car.
The Kids for Hydrogen tour heads to San Jose tomorrow to show off that new hydrogen F-cell car at the Tech Museum.
Just hold tight, Jacob.
Well, I saw this thing being built up. I know it's like part of the bus garage, and they have liquid hydrogen buses around, and so it's great that they're actually making a station so the private owner can come and refuel. I don't see any hydrogen fueling station anywhere. So the more this pop up, then the more viable the car is.
Hi guys, I'm Nick Ghirardelli. I'm here with Kids for Hydrogen. We're sort of just showing around the technology of hydrogen really to power a car. So This is a car that was given to us by Mercedes. We're sort of lending it to us just to show the technology. And what this is rather than using a battery to have electricity, it gathers electricity from hydrogen. Display right here. Right now we're just running on the battery, but if I were to press the acceleration pedal right now, see the beeps, feel a little noise pump. What it's doing right now is just creating hydrogen, or electricity from the hydrogen. It's charging up the battery again. And if you were to put your hand under the tailpipe right now, all you feel is water. So the exhaust from here is just water.
And talk about why these aren't on the road yet.
Mainly because they're in production, or research and development with Mercedes and other different car companies. Honda and Mercedes are the only two companies right now leasing cars that run like this with this technology. And I think they're all out on lease already, but yeah, the technology is here, it's just in more of a development stage for the public.
And talk about what you guys are doing with this car.
So what we're doing here is sort of to show the public that technology is here. If we push for it, the government or the automotive companies will release them to us, you know.
And talk about what you've learned. I mean, talk about what, I guess, the program that you guys are involved in and what you've learned through this whole process.
So through Kids for Hydrogen, I've really just learned the whole, not only the politics behind how automotive companies lease vehicles, but the government standpoints for how all the things are safety tested and how the whole hydrogen technology really works, and the extremely, interesting way of gathering electricity from basically water. Other than the fact that it just drives like any of the cars that you're driving today, this is based on a Mercedes model that they sell in Europe, but they just dropped out the gas tank and the regular engine and put in hydrogen electric engines. It runs like any other car you drive today. You can go up to 250 miles and fill up. And the goal would be to fill up at any gas station. They'll have the fueling station there. You fill up in all of 4 minutes. Okay.
But for this one, if you're going to use the energy to split the water into hydrogen and oxygen, you can harness as much of the sun's energy as you can. There's no time limit. So it takes advantage of renewable energy in the form of hydrogen. Oh, the price. For tank, it's about the same as gasoline. Yeah. This tank, they measure it in kilograms, and it's about 4 kilograms.
It's expensive than the normal car, or
per tank, it's about the same as gasoline.
The same
for a tank of hydrogen. It's about the same as a tank of gasoline. So for a tank of hydrogen, it's about the same cost as a tank of gasoline. This one is measured in kilograms, so it's 4 kilograms of hydrogen per tank. It's about the same cost right now as gasoline. But when they put it on the market, they would like hydrogen to cost them more.
It's more like a battery. Like it's not a free lunch situation. It's like, how you have to charge a battery and then you lose some energy. You lose it to heat, ambient heat. So hydrogen gas works the same way. You pump some electricity into water, you lose a little bit of the electricity. You get hydrogen gas and you get oxygen. And then when you rejoin them again later, that's why chemically it's totally in cycle. Energy-wise, just like any carrier, you lose it. So there's no law if you need something.
All around it it'll start to crack.
So there's no, it won't propel it.
An hour, the hydrogen wants to go up. It will not propel. That was strongly.
Yeah, because I think
really, yeah. has gone into overdrive engineering safety. You can get over the actual. So here's actually they lit. That's hydrogen caught on fire, gasoline caught on fire, and this was the result. The hydrogen just wanted to go straight in the atmosphere and carry a little flame, whereas the gas car just burnt to flame, burnt to smithereens. And although that looks like a large flame, it's only 100 degrees. For such a large flame, it's quite cold flame. You can put your hand over it.
Are you holding it still?
That's a good shot.
I think I am.
Good. Okay. Good job.
This is a little fuel cell which grabs the electricity. There's a larger one in the car, obviously. Hydrogen would go in. The stacks, hydrogen fuel cell stacks, would pull the electrons off of the hydrogen atom. So it's not like if you were to touch hydrogen and you get electrocuted. It grabs the electrons from inside the atom. So it's very a lot of chemistry there. It grabs the electrons orbiting around the atom. Protons and neutrons pass right through. The electrons get grabbed and then used as electricity. Okay, so our little hydrogen power pack thing with the USB port, we're running these speakers on it, and these speakers have water sprayers that go with the beat of the song.
So where's the hydrogen thing?
The hydrogen thing's right here.
What is that?
This hydrogen power pack uses hydrogen to create electricity, which is powering these speakers, which have water jets in them.
Woo!
So hilarious. Hi guys, I'm Nick Mercadante. I'm here with Kids for Hydrogen. We're sort of just showing around the technology of hydrogen really to power a car like we see here. So this is a car that was given to us by Mercedes. They're sort of lending it to us just to show the technology. And what this is rather than using a battery to have electricity, it gathers electricity from hydrogen. So through Kids for Hydrogen, I've really just learned the whole, not only the politics behind how automotive companies release vehicles, but the government standpoints for how all the things are safety tested and how the whole hydrogen technology really works and the extremely, interesting way of gathering electricity from basically water. It just drives like any other car you're driving today. This is based on a Mercedes model that they sell in Europe. But they just dropped out the gas tank and the regular engine and put in the hydrogen electric engines. And it runs like any other car you drive today. And we can go up to 250 miles on one fill up on this. And the goal would be to fill up at any gas station. They'll have the fueling station or the pumps there, and you fill up in all of 4 minutes. Honda and Mercedes are the only two companies right now leasing cars that run like this with this technology. And I think they're all out on lease already, but yeah, the technology is here. It's just in more of a development stage for the public.
现在电动汽车在我们的生活中是越来越普及了，但是像这种以氢气作为燃料的汽车却才刚刚步入人们的视线。近日呢，一群中学生驾驶着这种氢气汽车，从加州最南端的 San Diego 一直来到了旧金山南湾的 San Jose。驾驶这部汽车穿越加州的中学生们来自一个名为 Kids for Hydrogen 氢气少年的社团。这次他们驾驶的是一部尚未出现在市面上的概念氢气车。
In a regular car, you'd see your motor right here. But this car, it's buried way deep under all of this exterior stuff. This is just battery in your air conditioner. It's buried way under deep inside there where the electric motor is actually level with the drive wheels.
这种氢气车最高时速可达120英里，它的原理是利用太阳能和风能发电，分解出水里的氢气作为燃料，然后利用氢气燃烧产生动力。
我们加气加这里面，然后加完以后，这个气会在后排椅子下面存起来。
这种汽车排放的尾气中只有水蒸气，可以说是100%零污染。不过学生们说，旅途中最大的挑战是补充燃料。目前整个加州只有19个氢气燃料补充点，因此他们的行程必须计算精确。
We drove this hydrogen car throughout our tour. We have a 10-day tour, and we started in San Diego. We drove to LA, and then Santa Monica, and then we went to Sacramento, San Francisco, and now we're in San Jose.
沿途每一站，这些学生都会向当地人介绍氢气这种清洁能源，希望它能早日普及，以替代我们现在使用的汽油、柴油。明天，这群中学生将和他们的老师一起驾驶着这部氢气汽车前往 Santa Cruz， 在那里结束他们这一次环保宣传之旅。美国中文电视驻旧金山记者严洁宇报道。
Classic cars aren't limited to the Monterey Peninsula. In Santa Cruz today, a group of students with a program called Kids for Hydrogen were downtown showing off a brand new Mercedes F-Cell vehicle. Kids for Hydrogen is a nonprofit organization. They want to lead America in developing sustainable energy infrastructure to meet the world's needs in 2050. They give demonstrations of just how fuel cells work and then present the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle through tours.
Going up the state, it's been great. Santa Monica, we got a lot of attention. There's a lot of green-friendly people there. Sacramento, there was a lot of legislators that came and were talking to us about their views, their experiences in government, doing all this sort of stuff.
Santa Cruz, last stop in what has been a 10-day tour through California. It started in San Diego.
The interesting thing about this car is that instead of carbon dioxide coming out of the tailpipe, it actually creates water vapor.
Getting to more local news here. People got to check out a car that runs entirely on hydrogen. A nonprofit organization brought that vehicle to the Central Coast today to educate folks about being more sustainable. So take a look at this Mercedes B-Class F-Cell car that does not run on gas or electricity. We caught up with the Kids for Hydrogen group in downtown Santa Cruz this afternoon. For them, this was a 10-day journey. It was an educational experience as they schooled people on how to replace gasoline with hydrogen. And according to their website, their goal apparently is to have 55,000 of these vehicles in each state using H2 by 2017.